This is Top Accolade African News Update. I am Soibifa Jagarich. Plans to send some asylum seekers to Africa have met with fierce criticism, but the bill passed on Monday. When the Lords dropped their opposition, Mr. Sunak said in a statement, "Nothing will stand in our way now of getting flights off the ground." But the scheme could still be held up by challenges in the courts ahead of the bill passing. The Prime Minister said flights to Rwanda would take off within 10 to 12 weeks, missing his original spring target. In a statement on Tuesday, he called the passing of the Rwanda bill not just a step forward, but a fundamental change in the global equation on migration. He said, "We introduced the Rwanda bill to deter vulnerable migrants from making perilous crossing and break the business model of the criminal gangs who exploit them. The passing of this legislation will allow us to do and make it very clear that if you come here illegally, you will not be able to stay. Our focus is to now get flights off the ground, and I am clear that nothing will stand in our way of doing that and saving lives." But Shadow Home Secretary Vet Cooper called the Rwanda plan an extortionately expensive gimmick. Charities have also hit at the scheme, with leading human rights grouping describing it as a breach of international law. A virus linked to COVID-19 was among the 27 identified in the poo eaten by chimpanzees, antelopes, and monkeys. Researchers say these findings shed light on how new viruses might spread from wildlife to humans. The animals were monitored in a study by the University of Sterling and University of Wisconsin-Madison. The 6-year project was prompted when Dr. Powell Fedurek from the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Scotland's University of Stirling observed wild chimpanzees in Budongo Forest eating accumulated bat excrement known as guano from the hollow of a tree. In July 2017, he set up cameras which captured other species also eating the poo. According to the peer-reviewed study, which features in Nature journal, guano is an alternative source of crucial minerals for the animals after the palm trees they once consumed were harvested to extinction. The trees were used by locals in Budongo to dry tobacco leaves, which were then sold to international companies. For just over 6 months, researchers collected samples of guano from the tree hollow the animals were filmed eating from. For the third time in the last month, the 82-year-old has thwarted attempts to stop him or his new party from contesting general elections at the end of May. His latest victory came on Monday in the Durban High Court, where the governing African National Congress (ANC) tried to force his party, Umkhonto we (MK), to drop its name and logo. This is because it is named after the now disbanded armed wing of the ANC, which fought against white minority rule that ended with the election of anti-apartheid hero Nelson Mandela in 1994. The ANC argued that trademark law has been breached and that the use of the name, which translates as Spur of the Nation, would lead to voter confusion in upcoming May polls. The judge disagreed. The High Court ruling is campaigned gold for MK, allowing activists to crow about their victory, even if the governing party say it will appeal against the ruling. But the ruling also shows how much MK relies on the charismatic appeal of Mr. Zuma, a former ANC stalwart who once served in its armed wing. The allegations of corruption he faces but denies have not affected his huge popularity in his home province of KwaZulu-Natal. High Court Judge Mahendra Shetty mainly dismissed the application on the grounds that the ANC had left the legal action too late and should have approached the Electoral Court, not the High Court. MK was registered as a party in September, but it was only when Mr. Zuma came out in support of it in December that the ANC woke up to the threat, said Harper. A group of 100 workers at a ruby mine have blocked the entrance to the gem washing facilities, forcing work to come to a halt. The ruby mine is owned by a company called Fura and is located in Montepus in northern Mozambique. The people who work there are employed by a logistic firm called Reef. The workers say their employer owes them more than $265,000, or that is 215,000 euros, in unpaid wages over the past 3 months. But a Reef management representative says they have already tried to negotiate the debts with Fura to no avail. Fura has not yet commented on the claims. Large-scale ruby mining began in Mozambique around 14 years ago. That is the size of Top Accolade African News Updates. You can follow us on our social media platform as displayed on your screen. Happy Tuesday.